Today we're going to be using some fleece fabric and a little bit of creativity to make this project fun and inexpensive and a great filler item for the Processing Center for Operation Christmas Child. Hi Shoebox friends, this is Denise with D. Rogers. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another edition of Filler Friday. Filler is just a reminder, is when we have to remove an item from a shoebox gift for Operation Christmas Child that's not approved by Operation Christmas Child and it's inappropriate, or the shoebox comes in less than half full and we want to fill it up to make it a nice gift for each child. Operation Christmas Child does a great job of providing corporate filler, but we certainly can help by sending in filler ourselves that we create and make ourselves. So I have a lot of filler ideas, and so do you. I've seen so many great posts on Facebook. I'm so impressed with all of the filler you're creating. I do want to remind you that shoeboxes are first. That's what we should be thinking of first, because they really want your shoeboxes first. But if you have leftovers or you have it in your mind that you would like to contribute this way, this is a great opportunity for you. And it doesn't have to cost a lot, and each project I'm trying to keep that in mind. So today's project I'm calling Fleece Filler Fun. And again, these items are currently on sale, so I'm hoping you'll be able to find them, and that's why I'm sharing this with you now. And you may not be able to do the exact thing that I do, but it might spark another idea or some other creativity thought for you to come up with your own filler ideas. And I love all the filler ideas I'm seeing on Facebook posts. You guys are just really, it's a filler frenzy out there, and I love it. So let me share with you today, this project is for sewers and non-sewers. So I'm going to share this with you and hope that you'll enjoy seeing what I came up with. All right, let me turn the camera around for you. Okay, you're going to start by going to a website called fleecefun.com to grab a basic fleece hat pattern. When you print out the pattern, it will print in two separate pieces of paper, and you'll have to tape it together down the middle to make a complete pattern. The pattern comes in different sizes by the age of the child. So I chose to cut out a pattern for a 2 to 4-year-old, a 5 to 9-year-old, and a 10 to 14-year-old. And yes, today we're making some really cute fleece hats, but stick around to the end for the scarves. You're going to pin your pattern to your fleece with the stretchiest side at the bottom, stretching lengthwise. And you're going to cut 2 pieces of the pattern. So I'm just using some basic fleece that I had around the house with some fun patterns, but I also found fleece at Walmart for $1 and currently at Dollar General on clearance, 50% off for $1.50. So I'm hoping you'll be able to find some fleece on sale out there. It's a good time to look for it. So I've cut several patterns, and we're going to start sewing these up. And you're going to sew down each side of the hat with the open V in the middle. All right, let's start sewing. Okay, I've sewn down each side of the hat. I'm just showing you there. And now you're going to open the hat up by pulling each side apart to create that middle section that needs to be sewn up to complete your hat. So now we're going to stitch down that middle seam to finish off our hat. Trim any excess threads and open your hat up to make sure that all the seams are closed. And because we're working with fleece, your hat's really done, but I like to put on a brim. So with the hat inside out, we're going to fold up a brim about 3/4 of an inch and stitch it all the way around. I'm pinning it first just to make sure that it stays in place. And I'm going to use a zigzag stitch on my sewing machine. I like to use a zigzag stitch because it grabs the bottom portion of the hat and the top portion and makes for a nice flat seam all the way around. Okay, and now we're done. I made these so quick and easy. It was very inexpensive, but if you don't sew, hats are currently on sale in many of the stores very inexpensively if you just want to get a hat. I also picked up these gloves, Wonder Nation, 3 pair for $2 to add to this project as well. And I added a little dinosaur that I found at Walmart for 25 cents to make this project super fun. Now I'm going to sew up my penguin pattern just to show you again. This fleece is so easy to work with, and I was able to sew up these hats in no time. And again, I'm just showing you that nice flat seam using the crisscross stitch or zigzag, and I'm adding a cute little penguin to this little penguin hat. So every hat that I did, I added something to it. This one has a pair of socks and a fun little penguin figurine. With this one I added a little dinosaur, and you're getting the idea of making these hats so much fun by adding a sweet little stuffy or something to go with it. That was a bumblebee pattern that I had, and I had this bumblebee in my stash for $1 that I got from Walmart. Okay, let's go to the second part of this project, which is for non-sewers. I used the fleece that I found at Walmart for $1 to make some scarves. Most of these come in about 50 inches by 60 inches in width and length. And for a child's scarf, they're usually about 60 inches long. And for an adult, they're usually about 75 inches. So today we're going to work with the 60 inches in length. Okay, first we're going to cut off all the selvages off the end of the fleece blanket, around the whole entire blanket. So I'm going to cut off this side first, and then I'll flip the blanket to the bottom portion and cut off that. Now we're going to cut the scarves from the fleece roll. You should be able to get 6 scarves out of each roll, making these scarves only 17 cents each. The scarves should be 8 inches wide and 60 inches in length. So we're going to measure 8 inches across for each scarf that we're cutting out. Okay, we have our 6 scarves, and now we're going to cut the fringe, which should be 4 inches from the bottom of each side of the scarf. So I'm measuring 4 inches up, and the easiest way to do this I have found is by taking some tape, and in this case I'm just using washi tape to secure the scarf down to my cutting mat. And now we're going to cut the fringe. They should be 1 inch wide for each one. And because I'm using my cutting mat, it's clearly marked on the mat the 1 inch marks, which makes it so much easier for me. So we're going to cut up to that 4 inch mark that we created with the tape to create the fringe for each scarf. And now you're all done. That's your fringe. Now we're going to take the fringe and we're going to tie each one into one single knot close to the top of that 4-inch mark. And fleece is so easy to work with, it stretches so easily, it makes tying those knots pretty simple. So these come out great, and these were only 17 cents for each scarf. When I added the 50-cent hat, it made the project 67 cents. I found the hats at Dollar General on clearance for 50 cents just the other day. And if you decide to only do a scarf for this project, it makes it very affordable at only 17 cents a scarf, or even if you spent more for the roll, it would be still very inexpensive to do. But I decided to add some additional items, making the project a little bit higher in price, but not by much. The gloves plus the scarf was only 84 cents. So now we're going to open up this pretty fleece that I also found for $1 at Walmart to make some of the girl scarves. And I'm using the same process. I cut the selvages first. I'm cutting the length of the scarves 8 inches wide. And I ended up with 6 scarves, and I'm cutting the fringe for each one. So I do want to label these since some of the sizes are smaller than others. And inspired by my friend Nikki, who makes up these gorgeous labels, thank you Nikki, I decided to figure out how to do it myself because I wanted to add a picture of a child wearing a scarf and a hat, just in case they've never worn a scarf before. Just providing a visual I think is helpful. And this one is a little girl, and I have all the different ages on there because some of the hats are bigger than others. And if you'd like copies of these, just email me. My email's in the description below. I'll be happy to send you what I created. I'm also going to ask Tiffany, my friend from OCC Shoebox Packers, to post these in the Facebook group under the Files tab. All right, so let's trim these up and add these to each package. Okay, I'm using my paper cutter to cut these out, and these do not have to be perfect. I did decide to make these a little bit bigger than a normal tag because I really want to make sure that the processor sees them clearly. Some of them have a boy with just a scarf, and some of them have a boy with a hat and a scarf. I'm adding these You Are Loved printables created by my friend Nikki because I think they add a special touch to each bag. The bags are organza bags that I ordered from Amazon. They're 18 cents each. And once I tucked in a scarf, a hat, or gloves, the label and the You Are Loved tag, they made a pretty presentation and just a really nice gift to add to a box that needs something extra. So that's what it looks like when it was all done. These came out really pretty, very simple to do, and not very expensive. So let's bag these up quickly, and I'll give you just an overview of what they look like when I was all done. I was able to create 25 filler bags for the processing center. And if you want some other ideas and inspiration, go to my YouTube page, D. Rogers, look for playlist, and there is a filler playlist. Look at all the different filler videos I have created over the years where you'll get lots of ideas and inspiration on creating filler for Operation Christmas Child. Once you're done, you're going to pack them up in a box, clearly marked filler, and take them to your local drop-off location where you drop off your shoe boxes during collection time, or directly to a processing center if you live near one during the processing season. So thanks so much for coming along. I hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you an idea on creating some filler of your own. Don't forget to like and subscribe. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.